all the people who are interviewing me are just going around the same thing. I want us to make more sense in our interview. When someone is standing for president, there is economy. There are things that we can talk about.
Yeah, you spoke about economy with Bernard.
I'm coming. Everybody seems to want to talk about my life and try to get a headline. Look, I think they've tried. A lot of people have tried to make their...
Now, Nana KWABENA nipa no be son e born in summer. It's a Freedom Jacob Cheddar, a be quite friend Caesar. I was a Cheddar, you say he is running for presidency. I want my gun and ma Cheddar granting interview biana. Sometimes we share the way our presenters near the questions. Everybody is about his career and things he has been achieved. The who said Obi a person all ready for presidency. If you are to host him on your program, you need to ask him questions about presidency and all very fun. Is he good to go? To support the people. How is he going to control the country if he's been given the chance to rule? Now I was at interview. I was City News. Now questions are not presented as a journalist. Cheddar go straight and say, I'm ready for president. So Mimi questions I'll be saying Hano. I see to it senseless because you have to ask me questions about the president, what I'm going to do for the country, and yet think about me life because say you run my life more. I've been able to achieve a lot of things that make me a work for me home.
Scrap, was it gold scraps?
I wouldn't really want to answer these questions because you know what? I think all the people who are interviewing me are just going around the same thing. I want us to make more sense in our interview. When someone is standing for president, there is economy. There are things that we can talk about.
Yeah, you spoke about economy with Bernard.
I'm coming. Everybody seems to want to talk about my life and try to get a headline. Look, I think they've tried. A lot of people have tried to make their headlines, the media twisting and all of that. But one thing that Ghanaians and even the media platforms and young people who are sitting in front of me is that if we're talking about degrees here and it's about achievements and what people should do in life, I have acquired a lot of that. Great. And if you're talking about knowledge and wisdom, I am blessed with a lot of that and grace. So there's so many times, like I can really put people where they deserve to be. When they're trying to, go around and everything. Yes, I gave you a shot with Tiger. I gave you a shot this, that. But you're going back and forth. Let's go straight into the discussion. Okay. I am here to have an interview with you. Yeah. My interview with you is for us to talk about the future of this country, not the past of Nana Kwame Bediako. It does not educate people who are listening to us. And I think that, let me use this opportunity, Umaru, to tell you something. Maybe they can learn from this moment that you and I are together having this interview, that Ghanaians are not having positive interviews, that they can tap into like the best part of our people. When you meet people, let the people see what is in their head, what is in their body, what their soul is bringing and yielding out. And people could learn from that. The teasings, the jokes, the this, the that, a joker, this, that, see this and that, it's all irrelevant. Ghana is going through a lot at the moment. We have close to 80% jobless people. Yeah. Okay? 15% that are working are more or less slaves for multinational platforms. We need to build our own platforms, our own industrial platforms, create our own entrepreneurs. We're here sitting down, busy, talking about politics when politicians themselves have become the private sector and then using the private sector people to become contractors, so they just give them contract. You ask me a question and name one person in Ghana that can become a multi-millionaire or a billionaire without the government.
Okay, Nana, the reason that I have to ask you the question I ask you and why journalists ask you is that you can't build nothing or you can't build something on nothing. We need to know what your foundation is, what your background is.
Look, you
landed. No, you landed. So can I also make my point? If we do not know what you are made of, there's no point voting for you. We need to know that this is your track record. This is what you have done. You have said A, B, C, D. We have to hold you to your words. If you said that you are dredging the sea and sending it to Kumasi, as a journalist, I'm duty bound to ask you. And I'm asking you on behalf of the people who you want to vote for you. If you said to me that you made £1 million out of scraps in the United Kingdom at age 19, that will raise eyebrows, and I ought to ask you how you made it.
It doesn't raise eyebrows.
No, the reason I'll ask you...
It doesn't raise eyebrows when a musician makes $2 million.
Let me land with... The musician goes on stage and sings, and we see what he does. You were not a musician. You said you were doing scraps. It's two. We want to know so that someone who wants to learn from you would be inspired to know the path, show us the way. Second, we need to question your source of wealth. It's very important that we know that before you become our president, if you ever became our president.
Well, let me just answer your question for you right now. Umaru, first of all, if anybody wants to find out how I acquired my wealth before even 21, it's on the internet. There's so much research they can do.
That's the internet. You are here with me. Speak to me.
Please. If somebody wants to find out my income today, it is all there. You know, I have built hotels. I've done all of that. It's all there. It's bringing me income. It's yielding. I'm creating employment. But the thing that I'm saying is that journalists should stop wasting my time asking me the same questions over and over again. None of you even have the guts and the ask any sitting president or ex-president these questions like, where did you get the money from to do your campaign? And you are a president, so you're not supposed to have wealth. None of you. But when you have your age group or someone younger than you, and then you guys are trying to make a mimic or take a joke out of this, how many times have I answered this question? How many times? How many times have you even heard, like as if you didn't know that I've said it already? How many times, Umaru? So that's my point. My point is, you guys, as journalists, need to sit down and say, look, I'm going to meet Cheddar. This guy, well, if he's not intelligent, maybe he's smart. If he's not smart, maybe he's an achiever or doer. He's not just a talker. Let me get some good questions so I can ask this man, then we can find out more about him. But you're asking me questions that almost 100 journalists have asked me. So I asked myself.
The reason is that you haven't answered.
Because I have.
Convincingly.
Well, I have. I don't know.
And so it is important that we ask you until we get the answer. And we're asking you on behalf of the people you want to vote for you.
I don't know how again you guys want me to show you how exactly money is made. That is the laziness of some of the people in this country. They're asking me for a template that how exactly. You know, how do you think I build a building? How do you think? Wait, how do you think? That is investment and development. But you're still asking me the source of funds. How would I use 4 years to do a development, bring architects, engineers, pay them systematically, monthly, yearly, see everything coming up in steps? When I finish, you still ask me, how did you make your money? No. How are you making money out of this?
No, we're not asking you.
What is the sense in this?
We're not asking you about how you put up a building, which goes, we know the systems to put up a building. But when we ask you at age 19, as a university dropout, how you made £1 million, that is a question that we should ask you. And that's a question you should answer because you are not the only 19-year-old in this country. So how come you're the only one? And that is why it's a story. And that's why we're asking you again. You are the only one who at age 19 got £1 million and wants to be president.
First of all,
if you didn't want to be president, nobody would have bothered you.
First of all, get your facts right. It says that at the age of 21, not 19.
Fine, 2 year difference.
And wait, 2 years difference. It's not the 2 years difference. It's you as a journalist trying to be factful and you don't even have your facts. So I want you to move on to maybe some better question. Ghanaians can choose to say whatever they want to say.
Let me ask you a better question. How much do you pay in taxes annually? Is that a better question?
Well, you know what? If this meeting or this interview is about interrogation, about figures and all of that, please, then what is the point of you calling me? Because we definitely had a discussion. You asked me that what are the things that...
So this is what actually transpired about Cheddar. Any journalist no have interview now with you in some Cheddar kind of what too short any my journalist. Make sure so baswa. Subscribe in the comments if you like the share video. Send me kind and drano. We are bringing a very wonderful program to you over here. Say on your channel we will cry OWUSU studios. Ho with me akonye bi na wahwe say we are junkie. Say wakwa mane bi mu and make us say one lose a lot. Let's say you may take you interview na fi share aboafo emwa enfama wa wetimi akọ subscribe to your OWUSU studios na fi the video ni bituma onso onsaka. Mr. say unya amre na otie